Chapter 102 A Small Goal Every Day. Chen Yuan cut him off with a cold expression. Do you think I don't know? Chen Guanzi, who was last place, left halfway because he had asthma mackage. Chen Donglai coughed awkwardly. Well, sometimes luck is part of strength too. What a wonderful thing to say. Luck is part of strength. If I weren't afraid of being struck by lightning, a common Chinese saying to emphasize that doing something bad would ink your divine punishment. I'd slap you to death right now. You unfilial old man. Cut the crap. Get up and study. You race so on. Motivated, all you do is eat and sleep with your butt sticking up. Chen Donglai stood up reluctantly. Actually, studying takes talent. Your dad is getting old, and my talent has gone limp. Talent isn't something that can go limp. This great literary giant way of thinking is getting harder and harder for a mortal like me to understand. Just then the doorbell rang. Chen Donglai says lit up. Someone was here. I'll get the door. Any delay is a win. With that, he trotted over to open the door. It was a food delivery rider standing outside. Give it to me. After taking the food, he propped the door shut with his shoulder, then placed the delivery on the table, his face glowing with excitement. Is there anything more delightful than eating? Chen Yuan, standing nearby, sat down in a chair helplessly. He goes limp at the mention of studying, but becomes a god of eating the moment food is involved. How many people have a dad like this? Hurry up, idiot. You're studying the there. Chen Donglai didn't even bother to reply. He tore off a chicken leg and took a delicious bite. Tastes good. After the meal, Chen Yuan chased him straight into the study, out of sight, out of mind. Sitting on the sofa, he opened Honor of Kings on his phone without hesitation. He was here to climb the ranks, and right now, most players were newbies. If he didn't take advantage of this to crush noobs and become the top player in the national server, he'd be letting down his small dream all these years. His live stream at noon was to let more people learn about the game, so he played heroes with relatively low skill ceilings. In fact, Chen Yuan's favorite hero was Yao, a high skill hero in Honor of Kings known for his flashy combos and confident lines. It was N for anything else. He just loved Yao's way of talking. This hero relied heavily on the details of combo moves. One wrong step, and he'd be feeding the enemy, a gaming term meaning dying repeated lie and giving the enemy an advantage. But if played well, he could charge in and out of the enemy team 7 times, leaving them utterly frustrated. Let's all fight for second place, shall we? One of Yao's iconic confident lines. He had just walked out of the fountain, the hero's spawn and healing zone, when knock, knock, knock. The door rang. Chen Yuan quickly put down his phone. Opening the door, he saw Teacher Song standing outside. Student Dong Lai is already waiting for you in the study. Teacher Song said a few words, then turned and walked into the room. When Chen Yuan returned to the sofa, he found the in-game chat flooded with messages scolding him for AFKing away from keyboard, meaning leaving the game unattended. Chen Yuan immediately rejoined the game. Yao was a hero who depended heavily on cooldown reduction. lowering thetem fields and idem. When building items, one had to pay attention to stacking cooldown reduction stats. By the mid to late game, Chen Yuan's build was fully optimized. Every man with Azafation, another of Yao's lines. He charged in gracefully, executing his combo. Ability 2 plus basic attack plus ability 1 plus enhanced. Ability 1 plus basic attack plus ability 2 plus ability 3 plus ability 1. The 10086 is an exaggerated joke referring to the endless rapid combos, named after China Mobile's customer service number 10086, which is well known to Chinese people. He wiped out the entire enemy team in one go. His teammates were stunned. He was not only incredibly skilled, he also had a sharp tongue. His lines changed constantly, faster than his combos. The enemy team, on the other hand, was having a miserable time. Every flashy move and handsome action was lethal. A real elementary school student who struggled to get a closed beta code was even reduced to tears. What a terrible game! Wah! I die as soon as we meet. Is my little Lubin a fragile, low durability hero made of paper? I'll never play little Lubin again. Yay! I gotta kill little Lubin is actually strong. After seeing teacher Song off, Chen Yuan closed the door and went to the study. Today student Donglai was being surprisingly hardworking. Even after the tutor left, he didn't slack off at all. He was still chewing on Able Point pen, trying hard to think. He thought for 3 whole minutes and didn't write a single word. Chen Yuan couldn't stand watching anymore. He knocked on the door. Dad, are you planning to stay up all night finishing this little homework? Chen Donglai glanced sideways at Chen Yuan, who was leaning against the doorframe. What do you know? This is Kalida planning before acting, a traditional Chinese idiom meaning to think carefully before taking action. Chen Yuan was left speechless by that line. Fine tackier plinging. I'm going to a whole day playing in the morning, streaming in the afternoon, and playing again at night for fun. How could he not be tired? After turning off the lights, Chen Yuan slept straight until 6 a.m. the next day. After washing up, he was about to go out when he noticed his dad's bedroom door was fully closed. He walked over to check. Sure enough, Chen Donglai was still sound asleep, his butt sticking up. Chen Yuan slipped in and closed the door behind him. Get up! What time is it already? You sleep all day, you have none of the energy a student should have. As he spoke, he yanked the quilt off Chen Donglai. Chen Donglai scratched his belly and rubbed his eyes with the other hand. What am I sithotomy? What time? 7:20. Only 7:02. Wait, what? Chen Donglai sat up abruptly and put on his clothes in a fluster. Oh no, it's already 7:20. I'll have to stand under the red flag, referring to the national flag, a common spot for students to be disciplined and watched by others as a punishment in Chinese schools again, and be stared at by the whole school. After getting dressed, he turned and saw the alarm clock on his bedside. It's only 6 o'clock, you tricked me. Chen Donglai instinctively reached for his belt, as if to take something to retaliate. But the next second, Chen Yuan had already shut The door neat lie behind him. From outside the door, Chen Yuan's voice came in. Get up early and memorize some English. Or read some history. You're a student. Sleeping is a waste of good time. Chen Donglai grabbed his pillow and threw it at the door frame. You little rascal. After going out, Chen Yuan started jogging. He'd wasted a bit of time in the morning, and when he jogged back, he saw Chen Donglai waiting for the bus at the community gate. Chen Donglai glared at him fiercely. Chen Yuan curled his lips and watched as Chen Donglai got on the bus. His grades are terrible, but his temper is getting worse. He shook his head and walked back into the community. Luo Shang, who had been waiting downstairs, saw Chen Yuan coming in and hurried over to greet him. Leader. Chen Yuan waved his hand. Wait a minute. I'll go upstairs to have some breakfast first. Dong Wanyi pushed the door open excitedly and walked in. She happened to see Chen Yuan tightening his belt. The atmosphere suddenly turned a little awkward. Chen Yuan touched his nose. Actually, my belt was loose. Loose? Why was it loose? Well, that didn't matter. Dong Wanyi still kept the enthusiasm she had when she came in. The results of our online vote are out. A total of 9 million people voted, and over 7 million are looking forward to the official launch of the Honor of Kings mobile game. That ratio was definitely very high. So far, no other game had ever achieved such a high level of anticipation. Of course, Life After Another popular Chinese mobile game mentioned for comparison, which launched directly without this voting process, didn't have such data. Chen Yuan sat back down in his seat. The data is great, since netizens are so looking forward to it. Let's launch the official version ahead of schedule. Dong Wanyi sat across from him and crossed her legs, which were covered in black silk stockings. When will the official launch be? Chen Yuan didn't hesitate. Tupum day well onka kid official. Making money, of course, was better done sooner rather than later. He just didn't know how well his Honor of Kings mobile game would perform in terms of monetization, or if it would meet his expectations. What expectations? Naturally, it was a small goal every day, a famous phrase originally from Chinese entrepreneur Wang Jianlin, referring to earning 100 million yuans a day. Here it's sussed humorously to mean Chen Yuan's daily profit target for the game. Chapter 103 Arari Opportunity Buying is Earning. Dong Wanyi froze for a moment, bit her lip, and said, launching the official server today. Isn't that a bit too hasty? A one-day closed beta phase. It might upset the closed beta players. After all, one day wasn't enough for them to have their fill before the test ended. Chen Yuan smiled and said to Dong Wanyi, the closed beta will end, but we can launch a public test server, PTS. On the PTS, we can test for version bugs in advance and let players try out new heroes. This kills multiple birds with one stone for us. Dong Wanyi's eyes lit up. This was indeed a brilliant idea, one no one had ever thought of before. Just as the chairman said, it could help them test for inconsistencies in advance while satisfying the closed beta players' sense of vanity. It was perfect. There was no denying it. Though the chairman was young, he was extremely smart, always coming up with unexpected and clever solutions. She dared that men like this were good at making women happy. She wondered if that was true. He's still a kid. Wait, 14 isn't that young? When I was 14, I think he already had everything a girl should have. Somehow Dong Wanyi had zoned out, lost in her thoughts. Chen Yuan frowned as he looked at her, sensing something was off about this beautiful Miss Dong. Maybe she's thinking about what I just said. But wait, if she's thinking about that, why are her legs pressed together like that? Dong Wanyi, are you okay? Called back to her senses by Chen Yuan's voice. Dong Wanyi's face suddenly turned a shade redder for no reason. Could someone's face turn red just from thinking? What on earth was she thinking about? Chen Yuan stared at her. Dong Wanyi coughed, forcing a calm expression, and said, "It makes perfect sense. I don't believe a word of that." Chen Yuan crossed his legs and spun his office chair slightly. "So have you figured it out yet?" Yes. What you said is absolutely right. This way, players can help us test for bugs, and we can let them experience new content in advance, making them feel honored. Is that really all she was thinking about? Chen Yuan waved his hand. All right, if you've got it, go publish the announcement. Let's stick to our plan. Got it. After leaving Chen Yuan's office, Dong Wanyi immediately released an official announcement. Due to the number of game pre-registrations exceeding expectations, our company, considering players' eagerness, has decided to end the closed beta early. Closed beta players will retain their accounts, and the closed beta server will be upgraded to a version test public server (PTS), where game updates will be showcased first. The official server will launch at 2 p.m. today. This announcement made everyone happy. The closed beta players in particular were overjoyed. They thought that when the test ended, all their efforts would be for nothing. They never expected this twist. The closed beta server being upgraded to a PTS was especially thrilling for them. At the same time, the eager would-be players were also looking forward to the launch. They watched live streams all day, their heads filled with knowledge item builds, team compositions, inscriptions, and tricky movement techniques. They'd been waiting to jump in and put it all to the test. Now the early end of the closed beta meant an end to their agonizing wait. This was definitely great news. After releasing the first announcement, Dong Wanyi let out a long sigh of relief. She was full of anticipation for the future after the official server launched. Just then, someone knocked on her office door. Assuming it was a subordinate coming to report, she said in a clear voice, "Come in." The door opened and Chen Yuan stepped in. "Miss Dong, I forgot one thing earlier. I'm here to remind you." "What is it?" Chen Yuan sat across from her. "Post the content for our official server launch. I've already sent the update details to your email." Chen Yuan had put together a document. This first update was their first shot. It had to be perfect. So he was releasing 2/3 of the game skins at once, including a large number of limited edition skins. These included skins like Fengkia Huang, literally Phoenix seeking the Phoenix A, legendary skin for the hero Wang Zhaojun, inspired by ancient Chinese poetry, Frozen War God, a legendary skin for Guan Yu, Zizun Bao, a popular skin for Sun Wukong, based on the Monkey King, from Journey to the West, White Dragon Chant a skin for Li Bai, and Demonic Chaos a skin for Cao Cao. To boost sales, Chen Yuan added a line to the update notes, but this discount will only last 3 days. After 3 days, these skins will be taken off the shelves. Indefinitely, only one will be released each year, based on an online vote held today annually. In plain terms, this is a rare opportunity. Buying now means earning. What are you waiting for? If you miss out on these classic skins, you'll regret it. You might never get another chance in your life. Bye. Dong Wanyi opened her email and read through the content carefully. She was truly shocked. This was a masterful marketing strategy. She'd learned something valuable today. What on earth was going on in this young boy's sheet? He was way too good at doing business. This was simply incredible. Dong Wanyi nodded firmly and said, Chairman, I'll edit the content right away, release another announcement, and complete the task. Strict lie as required. By now she truly admired Chen Yuan. From the bottom of her heart, Chen Yuan stood up. All right, I'll head out then. I'll see you out. Just as she was about to stand up, Chen Yuan turned around and waved. No need. Work is tight right now. You should focus on getting things done first. With that, Chen Yuan had already left Dong Wanyi's office. Dong Wanyi stared at the door for a few seconds before sitting back down and throwing herself into her work. Back in his own office, Chen Yuan picked up the tea cup on his desk and took a sip. This was the advantage of a large company when all departments were running smoothly. He, the hands-off boss, could relax and enjoy himself. Chen Yuan glanced at the drone hovering in the air, then opened his live stream. The bullet comments, real-time scrolling comments, were still pouring in. Most netizens were interested in his mobile game, though there were still plenty of anti-fans, users who deliberately criticize or provoke the streamer. People were such fascinating creatures. They play your game while bad-mouthing you as if only by doing this could they feel justified in making their first recharge of 6 yuans, second of 30 yuans, third of 88 yuans, and fourth of 138 yuans common small to medium recharge amounts. In Chinese mobile games, even the most amazing person could stop this. Chen Yuan ignored the anti-fans and opened the second live stream. Wang Mentong was standing under the scorching sun, holding a small fan, while swatting away mosquitoes. She called out listless lie to attract customers. Fresh fruit, big round apples, sweet juicy cherries. Don't miss out if you pass by. In such intense sun, business was naturally slow. That said, Wang Mentong was indeed hard-working and driven, but her personality, it was hard to compliment. Mentong is so tired. I'm going to buy fruit from her to help lighten her load. Chapter 104, shocking, a great chance to pluck the wool Was that guy just trying to trick her? Hard-working girls like this are rare these days. Everyone who has votes, hurry up and send some her way. You talk a big game, but I just checked your voting record. It's Shiro. I'm a student and don't save money to vote. Wah, I just spent 500 yuans on a skin. Wang Mantong's live stream was very interesting. Chen Yuan swiped his finger and switched to the third live stream. Li Zuer was sitting quietly on a sofa, reading Astery book. She'd been lively and active before, but now her pretty face paired with this calm demeanor gave her an unusually charming aura. The viewers in the stream were going wild. Zuer is so beautiful. Zuer, grow up quickly, hurry to 18. I want to meet you at your most beautiful age. Bro, how old are you? Me? Also 18. Plus over 100 months. A joke meaning yes. Much older than 18 minus 100 months is over 8 years. Have some shame, will you? Haven't you guys seen a girl before? Do you have any conscience at all? She's only a teenager. And you posting comments like this, you shameless. Worse than animals. Zuer, don't be scared. Uncle will protect you, licks tongue. Young people, I advise you Tohazi. A meme derived from behave yourselves. Mispronounced in a funny way. Often used to mock someone's bad behavior. Chen Yuan was left speechless by the comments. It's just a girl reading a book. Why are you all so excited? Her stream still had a large audience, making it a great place to advertise. Chen Yuan directly sent a stack of virtual gifts, votes, and attached a message. My company's latest mobile game, Honor of Kings, launches its official server at 2 p.m. today. If you're interested, hurry to the official website. There's a huge promotion. Invite one person to get 5 yuans. Earning 10,000 yuans a day isn't a dream. What are you waiting for? Act now. In the live stream, Chen Yuan from Stream 1 has some nerve. Openly poaching viewers here. Everyone kick him out. Your conscience must be broken to be this generous? If I believe you, I'll cut off both my arms. Wait, it actually worked. I got 5 yuans. And I can withdraw it right away. I'm not watching anymore. I'm going to make money. Then come back to vote for our Zuer. Wow, I tried it too. My wife downloaded the game. And I got 5 yuans immediately. Haha, I've got pocket money now. Bro, upstairs. You married and still here watching. A young girl, isn't that inappropriate? My wife is reality. Zuer is my ideal. Is there something wrong with me holding on to my ideal? Xing, a pun. Sounds like okay, but also refers to punishment. That's so, Xing, go chase your ideal in jail then. Aren't you bored? Stop talking, you're annoying. Chen Yuan's advertisement was N for nothing. This kind of invite someone to get a bonus deal was like pie falling from the sky for these people. Soon, the news spread like wildfire. Honor of Kings. Invitation links flooded all messaging apps. Chen Yuan also kept his promise. Invite one person to download and register, and you'd get 5 yuans. Of course, the bonus pool had a limit: first come, first served. How limited? 100 million yuan. To split 100 million yuan, 2 million people would be needed. This was Definite lie, an excellent way to promote the game. Soon word of this wool plucking, a Chinese internet term meaning taking advantage of promotions or discounts to get benefits. Opportunity reached the ears of competitors. The competitors were shocked. This approach was just like a tycoon. They were way too rich. Wasn't this obviously losing money? Was Chen Yuan this stupid losing such a huge sum just for promotion? They could entrap their heads around it for a while. Chances were, when they saw the actual results, they'd rush to copy it. Other companies didn't dare to spend such a huge amount because they lacked confidence. 100 million yuan. Throwing that away in the sluggish game industry would be deadly. Besides, could they even make that money back? Adding in operation costs and development costs, the total would be an astronomical figure. They might end up ruining themselves. Clearly, they were overthinking it. Chen Yuan didn't care about this amount of money at all. For his daily sales volume, 100 million yuan was just a few days' earnings. Moreover, this method of driving traffic was absolutely explosive. He might not be able to get 10 people to recharge 1,000 yuans each, but he could get 1,000 people to recharge 6 yuan each. A mere 100 million yuan was negligible compared to the traffic it brought. His way of thinking was far ahead of the current underdeveloped game industry. News of the bonus pool spread rapidly, and more people joined in to pluck the wool. Overnight, all channels were abuzz with news that Yuan Shen Network, Chen Yuan's company, was spending a fortune on promotions. Hurry up! Yuan Shen Network is splurging. It saw great chance. The 7,000 yuan I spent upgrading to level 8 manor, a reference to another game's gameplay, might finally be recouped. Wait, is this real? I spent 58 yuans on a PUBG activation code. Does that mean I can get my money back by inviting 12 people and even make a profit? What are you waiting for? Hurry and share the link. After sending the gifts and posting the ad, Chen Yuan, the man behind all this, quickly exited the live stream. He didn't save the time to be as bored as those creepy uncles, daydreaming while staring at a screen. Reality was what mattered. Spinning his office chair slightly, Chen Yuan stood up and opened the window, intending to get some fresh air, but it was too hot. Still more comfortable with the central air conditioning on. After stretching for a while, he picked up his teacup and took a sip. Today, the honor of King's server was already down. There was no way to relax with a quick game. As for life after the other game mentioned earlier, hardcore players who could grind and spend money to reach level 8 manor had already appeared. It would be hard for a small fry like him to drive in-game spending there. Chen Yuan checked his reputation points, probably due to the new game's launch. His reputation points had soared in the past 2 days. Now he had 22,000 stored up. Should he try a lucky draw, or wait until the official server launched, when his reputation points would skyrocket, and save up more to grind for a miracle? After thinking for a moment, Chen Yuan chose the latter. If he drew now and didn't get anything good, he'd easily get frustrated. Better to Wait until he had more reputation points. With nothing to do for a while, Chen Yuan propped his feet up on the desk and opened his phone to watch a movie. Li Zuer felt like she'd stumbled upon a business opportunity. She'd seen Chen Yuan's message while checking her live stream. Could she make some money this way? After all, her stream had a lot of viewers. With her encouragement, maybe some of her die-hard fans would download the game and enter her invitation code. She didn't need many, just 100 people would get her 500 yuans, which was the same as what she earned working at the bar. With that 500 yuans, she could buy her mom a new school bag and notebooks. This side hustle was amazing. The only thing that made her feel awkward was that the company belonged to Chen Yuan. They'd both been on the same show, and she even had a celebrity aura. Yet he'd left her far behind, like she was 8 streets away. Forget it, she'd focus on getting that wool-plucking money first.